Hi guys, I'm Alicia Camacho and welcome to the 6th episode. It's episode 25 and this week I thought I'd talk about something that is very dear to my heart because being a Portuguese person, I gotta do the right thing and just level some things out because this world, what are you gonna do if you don't stake your claim, make your point known, give your opinion, right? We are talking, or I'm talking, you are listening, about Portuguese food in South Africa, which I think there is a crisis because a lot of people have a very big misconception as to what Portuguese food is. I think we need to set the record straight. As a proud Portuguese person living in a beautiful country such as South Africa, knowing that there are quite a few Portuguese people still out there, and then South African people coming and being like, I like Portuguese food, especially insert some insulting dish. Wow, thanks. I didn't know that was part of my culture or my tradition. So today I thought I would give us a mini tour guide as to what exactly Portuguese food is. Yours truly is going to do that on behalf of all Portuguese people. If you are Portuguese and you do not agree with this, let me know and we will sort it out. Food style, we'll do like a whole Portuguese battle off. So if you agree, then make sure that you let people know what's up, because I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. It's come to a point where I warn people like, oh, you're doing Portuguese food. Oh, okay. Make sure. And I list the facts because people don't know, and you gotta help them. First things first, South Africans, I love it when South African people are like, oh, I love Portuguese food. It makes me feel so proud. Like I get like this little bubble of excitement in my tummy. I'm like, oh, we created that. That's so fantastic, and you guys love it. But sometimes they get it wrong, and it's not technically their fault. Restaurants in South Africa who claim to be Portuguese do not get it right. They've simply bastardized the Portuguese food by making it simple and easy and commercialized just so that they can make the dinheiro. Now, another warning, I will be bringing on my full Portuguese accent, and when it comes to pronouncing some things, it is important that you get the true essence of it, because you can't be half-hearting the pronunciation of things. You gotta really put your back into it. Well, a lot of South African people think that certain foods are Portuguese. There are some things that, while just because you put the word Portuguese in front of a meal dish doesn't mean it's Portuguese. I thought you might. So what am I talking about? The very first thing that grinds me up the wrong way is something very, very popular. And I have nothing against this particular food, but you cannot say Portuguese peri-peri prawns. What? Excuse me? Pardon? What do you mean? Portuguese peri-peri prawns. Let's set this on record. Portuguese people, while we do like a little bit of spice in our food, and we add the piquant here and there, and we do make use of chilies, we're not there's no hate against peri-peri. In fact, a lot of Portuguese people in Portugal enjoy the spicy food. It's okay. But to claim that peri-peri prawns are Portuguese, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. There is no such thing as peri-peri prawns in Portugal. You go to Portugal, you ask for prawns, you're gonna get a plate of boiled cold prawns. Why? I don't know. Portuguese people like to savor the really sandy, fishy sea taste of a particular kind of sea crustacean or sea ground eater thing, whatever prawns eat. They just, And if you go to someone's house, as a starter, they will serve you boiled cold prawns. The prawns, we still have to take out the poop string. Yeah? You still have to... Portuguese people like to eat that as well. They just gone. It's disappeared into our digestive system. I guess it's okay, because I mean, like, you know, there's far worse things to eat in this world than a tiny little poop string. That's how Portuguese people eat prawns. Now, the next dish, and so this is a little bit of a controversial, like, peddling game, you know, you need to find the right balance of it, but peri-peri chicken. Don't get me wrong, there is peri-peri chicken in Portugal. It exists. It is roasted separately from the other rotisserie chickens. It has been around for a while, you know, you don't say galinha, we say frango. In Portugal, it's a frango. It's not always the case. You don't always find people who want to eat the peri-peri chicken, you know? In Portugal, it's normally just a normal franguinho, yeah? Put some salt, put it on the fryer, and let it do its thing. You know, you could technically say yes, okay, you can find a peri-peri chicken in Portugal, but it's not like, you know, the way people think. The next thing that's not very Portuguese, and I don't eat this specifically, but I do know that this is how my father grew up eating, like, livers, and this is how Portugal makes their livers. There's no creamy Portuguese livers, my friends. No, the way you make a liver, it's like almost how you make a steak, but you like keep it rare because you don't want to overdo the liver. Olive oil, and then you put the garlic, the alho. Be generous with your alho because, I mean, who doesn't like garlic? You put your cebola, your onions, right? And then you fry it all up. You put the liver steak over there, and you just fry it up there, nice and gently. A couple of minutes on each side, and bam! That is how you serve the Portuguese livers. The biggest misconception when it comes to Portuguese food. Now, I know a lot of Portuguese people don't like this particular type of food. The food that I'm referencing is none other than the bacalhau. Bacalhau, people, do you know what it is? Look it up. It is codfish. Now, but we have a lot of bacalhau. Portuguese, we love bacalhau. Salted or fresh, but mostly salted. It's easier to store for a lot longer. And we make a whole variety of types of bacalhau dishes. It's not just the bacalhau com natas. Although bacalhau com natas is really, really good. There's so much more to bacalhau than just bacalhau com natas. I mean, you get the bacalhau a la guerreiro. Then you have the bacalhau a brás, bacalhau com broa. Now, if you ever want to win my heart over, just get me a really good bacalhau com broa, because nothing beats it unless it's Christmas. And then we make something that's called farapelho, which is translated into old clothes. But basically what you do is you take your leftover, because for Christmas Portuguese people like to make bacalhau, like boiled. And then we have that with like cabbage and potatoes and olive oil. It's really, really good. But the best part comes on Christmas Day. When you take your bacalhau, you desfiar it, which means to shred it. Then you take your potatoes, you cut them up into smaller pieces, you know, just to like change things up a bit. You take your couve that's left over, chop it all up, take some garlic, put it in a pan with some olive oil, right? We love olive oil, if you haven't noticed. Then you put your potatoes, then you put your couve, then you put your bacalhau. You put a little bit more olive oil, you can put some vinegar if you want, and then you just mix it. That all cooked nicely into a delicious concoction. Now, this one needs a little bit of a lesson because people get this confused. Portugal is a beautiful, vast nation that has been around the world. We have history in Goa, we have history in Macau, we have history in Cabo Verde and Mozambique and Angola, and then we have our 3 little places. Now, what are you talking about, Alicia? I thought Portugal was just Portugal. Nah, we have in the very, very, very far deep into the ocean, halfway to Canada, we have a beautiful little grouping of islands called Açores. Then you come a little bit closer, and then you have the beautiful grouping of islands called Madeira, and then you get the continent, which is Portugal. Right? Açorianos and Madeirenses all come from Portugal, yeah? So we're technically under one umbrella, but we all have very different foods, okay? Açores, I don't know what specific food they have, but I do know that they make really good stews inside volcano pressure points. Yeah, you know, the steam from the volcano cooks the food. Apparently it's marvelous. They also have really good cheese because their cows are so happy with green pastures. Açores is like really, really green. We go to Madeira. Now Madeira, guys. There are a lot of Madeirans in South Africa. One of my closest friends is Madeirans. My cousins are like half Madeirans. I'm full continent. South Africa seems to think that all Portuguese food is just Portuguese food, that there's no differentiation. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is. Like espetada. You go to a Portuguese sort of festa and they've got the pregos, they've got the chicken, they've got the chouriço, they've got everything. And then they're like, espetada. Now, okay, I like espetada. It's really, really good. I also love milho frito. But these specific foods are from Madeira. Simple. You need to know what's what. And guys, let me tell you, Madeira has like amazing food. And then they also, Madeira is the home to my beloved poncha. It is an alcoholic drink that has been fermented from sugarcane and you can add some other fruits. It's a beautiful liqueur that can get you really, really drunk in the mountains. And there's nothing wrong with saying, oh, I love espetada. But just remember, espetada is not Portuguese food, it's Madeirense food. So we just gotta make sure that we give the proper credits to the right people, because we don't want people to get like hurt or offended or, you know, like confused about these things. You know, you're not gonna go to like Porto and you're gonna be like, oh, I want espetada. They're gonna look at you. Certain regions, like every other country, have different foods. So the same thing goes with Portugal. Like, for instance, you go to Porto, you're gonna eat a francesinha. Then you go to, say, Alentejo, which is where my father is from. And then you're gonna have a carne porca alentejana, which is pork meat stewed up with some clams and put some potatoes nice and diced up. You can just fry it all together. If you go to the Serra, to the mountains, okay, you're gonna get queijo de serra. And it's gonna come from a goat, okay? Because mountain goats are a thing. If we want South Africa to know about our Portuguese food and how good it is, we need to start educating people on exactly what Portuguese food is. What Portuguese food is can be really difficult to prepare, very time consuming, very tedious. But the reason is because good things take time to make. And you can't, Portugal, they were never into the fast food business. They took their time, they made sure their food was good, and this is why Portuguese people have such a rich culture when it comes to food. You're probably sitting there and you're like, okay, Alicia, stop telling us what we're doing wrong and tell us what is Portuguese food. I'll tell you. Right, so there's a lot of Portuguese food that I love, that my mother makes. What Portuguese food can you look up to make? Well, the first thing is one of my family's favorites. It is called a rancho, favas guisadas. I don't even know what the English word for favas is, but it's like a green big bean. Arroz marisco. You have a chanfana. You have the jardineira. And feijoada, arroz de pato, polvo, which is octopus. And so there's just such diverse recipes that we could be sharing with the world. That is my episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you need to share this with a friend and let them know about Portuguese food, please share it, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, you know the drill. Just do it. I hope you go find someone that can make you good Portuguese food. If you can't find anybody who can make you good Portuguese food, then just let me know. I'll make some good Portuguese food for you, okay? Remember, you are awesome, you are great, and you are loved. Bye.